Alright guys, here's the second video in which I'm going to show you how you can create a Hadoop machine using virtual machine on the Google Cloud. In my previous video I have created a virtual machine using CentOS and now I'm going to configure it. It's already in your list and I'm going to use it. Please do start it if it's not already. And all you need to do, just click on SSH button and it should open a tunnel window for you. Alright guys, here's the SSH tunnel window came up. First I'm gonna switch the user to this root. So I have all the privileges that I'm gonna do it. And I need to do some changes in the host. Please try to follow the exec commands. Here, first thing I need to do, I need to add a host. So it will, when I load the Ambari in the Hadoop, it will use my host instead of the default. So make sure to enable insert if you are not familiar with your UNIX command. Make sure to write exactly the first line after the localhost and use the exact same IP that's already mentioned here. I'm going to write the same name .c.test. Can use any. It's the exact way I'm using it over here, and you can write your comments if you want. Added for Hadoop, or you can write any. And to exit from here, if you're not aware, you need to press the escape key, then colon sign, WQ exclamation sign, and press enter. And if you want to see that configuration is done, similarly, you can write cat command just to see if this happened, and we can see it's correct. Yep, that's good. Now we need to go further and we need to change some network configuration. And to do that network configuration, we have some other command. It's in the sysconfig network. And where you see this local host, we need to change it to exactly what we have created previously in the host settings. So it will be http2.c.test. I'll do the same thing, escape, colon, WQ exclamation, enter. And if we want to test it, we can test that it's correct. Yep. So as you can see, it's http2.c.test here. It's http2.c.test here. So that's good. Alright, that's good. So we are confirmed. So now need to do some more configurations. I'm just pasting the commands here just to save the time. And where you see this option for Linux currently enforcing that security policy enforced, we need to disable it so we can do all the configuration. So just simply remove and type disabled. Again, to save, and that's good. It's done. We did it. So now we need to change the masking UMask to 022. And guys, we're just making some of these changes so we can do all the configuration easily with the root. Now we need to change services. So service IP tables and stop. Good. And now we do the IP6 table. Stop. So both are stop, and now we need to change its configuration check to off as well. So it's chk config IP tables off. Yeah. Same thing for the IP6. Here you go. Now we need to do some service startup. So we're going to do service ntpd start service ntpd start starting ntpd. That's good. And now we need to do check config ntpd on ntpd on. Good. All done. Now we need to do all machine cleanup. It's a simple command yum clean all, just to make sure it's nice and clean. So it's cleaning up everything. Good. Alright, now we need to generate the SSH key. That will help us in the future. It's the command SSH keygen -t with an RSA flag. It will ask for different options. Just keep pressing enter on it. Yep. So it seems okay. You can see the SSH key is generated. Now time to move on, and we're going to move to the directory, the S4 SSH directory. Yep, it's there. And we need to copy the public key to the authorized key folder. And that's the command to move the IDRSA public key to authorized key folder. Yep, successful. Now some change to the configuration permissions. Yep, it's good. Alright, so Unix setting is done. Now time to set up Ambari. Okay, for that we need to download the Ambari, and we can do that using the wget command. And it's a long to type, so I'll just copy paste it over here, and I'll provide this complete URL for the CentOS and its repo file in the comment section in the description, so you don't need to type it. Yep, so it's pretty quick. And time to check the repository file and release No, it might not do anything, but it's just better to determine. Yep, good. Let's see, repo list is done. Good, okay. Checking the updates. Good. It's already had the latest version, so nothing to do. That's good. Alright, now it's time to install the Ambari server. So yum install Ambari server with the Y flag. Sit down. It will take a little time, not much. Let's wait. Wow, so the installation for the Ambari is complete. As you can see, the completion here. Now we need to go back to the root window from the SSH, and we need to do some root permission changes. So we need to do some config changes, changes in config to allow the root permissions. And there is some command sshd config. Over here, you just come a little down here, and you will see this in the authentication section. You will see permit login no. You need to change it to yes. Now press escape, colon, WQ, exclamation sign, enter. So configuration is changed. Now we need to do some Ambari setup. And for Ambari setup, we'll just do the command Ambari server setup. It will ask for some option. You can continue just the default, or you can type the default, like it says Y N 1 or just price. Again, default options. And this tab will take a little while based on the internet connection. That's not too bad here. And that's the last one. Good. So once it's completed successfully, now time to start the Ambari server. And we do the Ambari server start. Just wait for it to start. It doesn't take too long. Since it's the first time, a little. Here you go. No errors warning. Hooray! Alright guys, our Ambari server is started, and we can go to Ambari server, but before doing that, we need to do a little configuration with our newly created virtual machine. and that is dealing with the firewall, because Ambari works on port 8080, and by default we don't have that port enabled unless you already have that enabled for your cloud environment. But if not, that's probably not for the new user. I'm going to show you how you can do it. See this product and services one? You click on here, and if you will see many options here, and in the networking you need to go in VPC network and firewall rules. And these rules are based on your project. You can figure out more in project. Within one project you can have many machines, and since you have created the machine in this one, so there are many different ones based on your requirement. So what you need to do, a one port I already have open for this one. Let me show you the configuration, and let me actually show in the edit mode so you can see it. So you can name it anything you like, and I named it over here, but the major configuration that you need to do is the source IP. All internal IPs I'm enabling. A source filter is IP range, and secondary, if you want any, you can allow all if you like to, but obviously not recommended, but you can do for your test purposes. But to enable the specific for like Ambari I'm doing, just type TCP 8080 and just hit save. I'm just clicking cancel here just to go back. And also want to show you a create new firewall window just in case. Says the name, whatever you want to type in for your firewall. And as I was explaining here, so these are example is written here as well. And let's suppose if you want to open any other port, TCP 8880, let's suppose. So you just do it, and here you go. So it's pretty simple. Let's go back to our VM instance here. Now what you need to do is just copy this IP address here, and you can open a new window or do in this window, and 8080, hit enter. Make sure if you're doing right after the starting the Ambari server, it might take a minute. Your default password is admin, and username and password is admin. And now I don't want to save it. Yep, you have an Ambari server here. Good, guys. So let's configure it. There's currently nothing here. So you can do, click on launch install visit. And here you need to type in your cluster name. You can write any, whatever you like. Let's say Hadoop. And I'll put in default public repository. Good. Now that's the target host. That's very important. It should be exactly the same that you have provided in your network configuration over there. C.test. And to enable the connection between your host and Ambari, we need to provide the SSH key. And to get the SSH key, we need to go back to the root. So back on my SSH window root, where I just need to type in a command that will show me the key that we have created previously, and all we need to do just copy. Make sure you're copying including the header and footer. Just copy it here and move to the other window and paste it there. Okay, I'm back to my window here. Paste this key here that we just copied from here, leave the rest manual, and once again check with it. Register and confirm. And remember guys, yep, as expected, it is very much expected and common, it will fail, and I'll tell you the reason. And it's just a communication with the key. So what you need to do, you need to go there and simply you need to restart the service of SSH service. To do that, we need to go back to SSH window again. Okay, on SSHD window, we just need to type a command service SSHD restart. Oh, my bad. There you go. That's it. Should do the magic. Okay, let's see if it works here. I click the retry failed button here. It should do it. Usually it works. And looks like when it takes a little long, it means it is working. It will not take too long on this step here. Probably a minute or so. Might be earlier than that. Yep. So as you can see, installing is complete. It's just doing the registering, and that is done as well. And you can see it's successful. It's just doing some host checking. That should be done. Okay, good. Let's see what the warning is. Host warning with a huge purge. As you can see, is a Python. It's pretty much expected, nothing to worry. JDK, disk, and rest all looks good. It's just fine on this one. We can just ignore this one here. Click on the next. Yep, so here's the time to select the services. You can go ahead with the services with default, but based on experience, I know there are some services that usually create some problem, and those can be added later. So what you can do, you can just uncheck those ones. So like Uzi, I know it has a problem. Falcon, let me just uncheck some of the one that doesn't work here. I know. Believe Atlas is the one as well. And the Zeppelin notebooks does create problem. Rest is good. Yep, these one. Let's do the next. Right. So that is just next. Okay, as expected, you can see some errors over here. Nothing to worry, easy to fix. All you have to do is just need to provide a good thing on it. It does indicate in which tab it has an issue. And every one of these ones, it's just asking you to provide the database passwords. You can set a password whatever you like. I'm setting up whatever I'm liking here. Once you enter, go to the next area, and you can frankly pick up the services you like. I'm just doing some major one, mainly all. It's a little slow in the responding over here, so okay, okay. Snox here. And that's the last one. Activity, it's here. And just to tell you again, this is the new password you're setting up for everything. So it can be any password that you can remember. Although you're not going to use that much, but still, just click next. Alright, here's the review. That's fine. Let's go. Hello guys. It will take a while to install it. Maybe sometime an hour it could be. So let's do some video magic. I'll be back once it's done. Alright guys, so installation complete. It didn't even took a whole 1 hour. It took less than that. And good thing is everything is successfully installed. 100% success, no warnings. That's good. Just click next. As you can see in the summary, everything is good. Just took 26 minutes 53 seconds. That's not too bad. Let's hit complete and let it load. It will load you the big dashboard where you can see all the services and it's their information. It's just loading the graphics. Here you go. That's your Hadoop machine ready to rock and roll. Good luck guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.